I came into the role as acting executive director from a position of 30 years in the ministry. And I had a background in sales and marketing, so I felt like I had a good business background. But this was my first foray into the nonprofit world. And it was at a very critical time for this agency because they were in transition. And it was an agency that I believed in so much. I really wanted it to work. So I heard about Jericho Road, and so I reached out to Melanie Goodyear, who is their executive director, and I said, I think I need some help. I don't know what it is, but I know I need some help.
Jericho Road Pasadena matches skilled volunteers with nonprofits that need their help. So nonprofits need help ranging from finance to executive coaching to marketing to information technology. And we've been open in Pasadena since 2010, and we serve nonprofits western half of the San Gabriel Valley and northeastern LA. Friends Indeed had a challenging leadership transition. Their longtime executive director retired, and Reverend Donna Burns was hired as part-time interim executive director. So she called and said, Melanie, I've done lots of professional work, but I've never been an ED before, and I think I need help. The organization seems to be functioning in crisis mode, and we need to move from crisis mode into more strategic mode, but I don't quite know how to get there. And I knew we could help, and we had exactly the right volunteers to help with that process.
So after a meeting with Melanie, she suggested I meet with Jim Hilbert. And I just have to say that after our first meeting, I went, yes, I do need some help. And yes, this man can really help me.
I think the initial work that I was doing with Friends Indeed and with the executive director, Donna Burns, who was at that time new to being an executive director and was immediately inundated with not only a financial situation that was treacherous for their survival, but it was also a time in which everybody sort of unloaded on Donna in terms of what she's supposed to be doing, finances that were a mess, a board that was recommending and telling her what to do and what not to do.
Being the executive director of a small nonprofit is tough. You have to know a little bit about a lot of stuff. You have to know some marketing and some information technology and some human resources. So it's incredibly difficult because most executive directors aren't experts necessarily in any of those fields, or they may have one area of specialty. So Donna was really wearing multiple hats, dealing with multiple crises on multiple fronts. And again, Jim, I think, really helped her clarify so that she could be incredibly focused and incredibly effective. That's one of the things that thought partners do, is really help prioritize so that you're focusing your energy where it needs to be focused, and you have some real goals with some attainable benchmarks to get to those goals.
And consequently, this led to our famous not to-do list, because she was trying to do everything and trying to please everybody, and it just wasn't working. So what I think we were able to do together, and this is why I call it a thought partner, because this was a brilliant woman who just was put into a terribly difficult circumstance and situation. So my role with her and my job with her, I felt, was merely to slow it down, to take priorities, to ask the right questions, to know where she could go and where it was not going to be helpful for her to go.
Jim was a for-profit consultant, a nonprofit executive director, a nonprofit consultant, and he's the most self-effacing person in the world, which is part of the reason he's a really good thought partner. So when he started his relationship with Donna, he went in saying, Donna, you're the expert. I'm only going to help you gain a little traction, figure out how to be more strategic. But I think his role there was really crucial in moving them from this really challenging place where they didn't have money in the bank, or their staff was exhausted, to having a really clear strategy of where they were moving, and helping Donna figure out how to apply all of the skills that she had in her professional career to being a traditional executive director of a nonprofit.
And she had that type of personality that I love, which is, I have a problem, let's figure it out. And so that's what we did together in discussing, talking, etc. And I think the best thing I did was to give her the confidence that she was okay and that she was all right and it would work itself out. We just needed to be a little patient.
I'm so happy to report that Friends Indeed is doing so well. Not only have they survived a challenging time in their organization, but they're really thriving. They have money in the bank, they have a robust board, they have a strategic plan, they have a wonderful new executive director, Rabbi Joshua Levine Grader, and they're just doing really well. And we're so happy because we know the ripple effect of our work, the little assistance that we provided them, has helped them be a great organization, which means more hungry people are being fed, more homeless people are being sheltered, more people who are at risk of homelessness are being assisted so they don't become homeless. So our piece in that transformation was small, but it really did provide this organization the traction to become the great, sustainable, strong organization that they are today.